Okay, so, it's Friday, and, I don't have a video ready yet. I don't even know what happened. The week just kind of went. Last thing I remember, I was playing Strive on Valentine's Day, and then, time happened, and now we're here. That's not good, though. What do I do now? If only there was an argument happening in the FGC right now that was filled with opinions, knee-jerk reactions, and barely thought-out arguments from everyone involved that I could needlessly throw my hat into. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's talk about combo expression. According to the fighting game glossary, combo expression isn't in it. Okay, that's fine. According to Theory Fighter, player expression is the ability to tell which player is playing a character just from how they play the game. So if we extrapolate outwards just a little bit, combo expression must mean that you can tell who is playing a character by what combo they're using? That doesn't sound quite right. Okay, well, let's take it literally. Combo isn't really the issue here. It's a sequence of hits that is unavoidable after the first hit lands, and then expression is just making one's thoughts known or the ability to express yourself. So, combo expression is the ability to express yourself through the combos that you use. I think. It's still kind of loose, but, you know, it's a start. Honestly, I can't even find a solid definition for the thing. I've spent like a good 30 minutes scrolling through the Twitter discourse and random forums, trying to find any solid definition of what combo expression is. And all I've found are lukewarm answers, the definition of player expression told very poorly, admittedly cool-looking combos that we'll get onto later, and the best response, which was just Theory Fighter pointing out that we don't have a unified definition of it, so, yeah, I swear I wrote the first bit before seeing that tweet. Yeah. So what the hell are we talking about then? What does combo expression actually mean? Is it real? Am I wasting an entire day of my life trying to figure out this mass delusion? Maybe, but let's have a look at some of the most common arguments about what combo expression is and see if we can find out if any of them hold water or not. Whenever you see this kind of argument pop up, inevitably someone ends up posting a clip that looks like this. This is Daigo Umehara playing Evil Ryu, performing several one-frame links in a row in order to get a kill on Momochi. It's a very impressive clip. I sure as hell can't do this combo, and I don't know many people who actually can. It's an extremely impressive way to beat someone. Anytime this discussion comes up, we all get clips from a bunch of different games, generally Ultra Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and GGXXAC+R, all saying how their games have combo expressions because they're hard. So, here's how the first theory goes. Combo expression is the ability to style on your opponent with sick looking hard as hell and damaging combos. Players decide which combos they're going to use the moment that they get a hit, and depending on what combo they use, they will be able to express themselves. As you can see here from this footage of Daigo in training mode learning some Evil Ryu combos. I fucking got you. That's Ghost SFO. Newer games don't have the ability of this because they're too simple and have easy baby mode combos with little room for optimization and combo variety. This argument comes from the mentality of old is good and new is bad, which is a whole of a bag of worms that I do not want to deal with right now. But a lot of this argument kind of relies on the fact that people don't want to learn how to do the hard combos, which, I mean, yeah? Like, the majority of any game's player base don't know how to do crazy combos. Hell, I'll bet the majority of any game's player base don't know how to do that basic bread and butter combos. Never mind the Makoto max stun combo or 7 electrics in a row. But a lot of people hinge on the idea that only this person can do these combos, and they're expressing themselves because they do this combo. But there's a slight problem with that. Combos in fighting games are generally set sequences, meaning that once something has been proven to be possible, there is a formulaic way for players to be able to repeat it and reproduce it. The moment you do any combo, it no longer becomes just yours, and other players will take it and learn it. But you can still express yourself through these combos because you choose to learn them. Isn't that just player expression at this point? Like, how exactly is this combo expression itself if you're not making the combo? By this logic, only top level players are able to do combo expression because they're the only ones making the combos. Hell, most of them aren't even the ones making the combos. They're just applying them nowadays. Like, what? Okay, let's move on to something else before I blow a lid. Another thing that I hear a lot is that combo expression is actually the point of the combo. So, players are able to express themselves by doing combos that give them good Oki, it gives them a bunch of damage in exchange for good Oki, or just, doing mental damage. Honestly, I'm not sure if teabagging counts as combo expression. Now, the problem I have with this one is kind of simple, and that's just that once you reach a high enough level of play, you'll kind of just start doing this stuff automatically, depending on the situation. Like, are they a decent amount of HP? It's probably good to go for an Oki knockdown combo. Would spending some meter there just get you the kill? Okay, then go for it, get the bag. What if you want to wait for the next round to keep the meter? Well, that depends on what combos you're able to do and if you think you can get the reset. The combos themselves aren't what the player is using to express. It's the decisions around the combo that the players are making that let them express their playstyles. They can be reckless, reserved, calculated, moronic, or anything in between these words. And you can say that they use this combo to express their ideal, but once again, that's just looking back at player expression. Are they the same thing? If someone is playing reserved, you'll see it more than just in their combo structures. Like, am I making sense or am I sounding insane? Like this, you're saying the same thing as these, and you're just showing a cool combo you learned, and you're like, oh, look, it's expression. Like, what? What? Okay, alright. Let's go to another one. There was one argument that I saw that was different enough that it struck out to me and I wanted to look at it in more detail. I guess it's more of an example of how combos and combo expression can be seen. The example was Melty Blood type Lumina, and it was pretty simple. You could use the meter you have in order to kill the opponent with a pretty easy combo. However, there is another option in which you're able to get the kill on the opponent still without using your meter. This is possibly the most solid example of combo expression I've heard in a while, and it's not exactly too impactful, but using a harder combo in order to get a kill where an easier one will suffice in order to keep some more resources is a way of expressing your playstyle and your skill. This is the most solid argument I've heard of this concept in a while. However, the example that I saw had one small problem with it, and I want to see if you can see it. Did you see it? Instead of using this meter, they just used that meter. Which means that this is resource management and is an external factor that leads into player expression again and isn't just an expression from the combo. Like, so what are we talking about? Like, am I being an idiot? Am I just being stupid? Part of me feels like I am, because the definition should be simple, but trying to find an actual example of what we're talking about always ends up devolving into the argument of old combos and old games are cooler, or we just end up talking about player expression again. A lot of the time, the argument should just loop back around to being good at the game and making good decisions. Oh my god, the combo they used meant that they saved meter for the next round. Yeah, that's because it's a good habit, and they're good at the game. Oh my god, that carry cancel meant they could break the wall when they normally wouldn't. Again, a good habit that makes you good at the game. Unless we're talking about, like, the tippity top of the game, most of you aren't expressing yourselves through your combos. And if you think you are, that's probably because you're doing a combo that isn't useful or effective. Look, I'm expressing myself through my combo. This combo says you're either a fanboy of a top player or you refuse to learn how to use actual useful combos. And you're doing something that makes you look like an idiot. And I know, because I do shit like that all the time. You want to find cool combos at the top level that are actually effective, right? Then get your ass off Twitter and do the fucking work. Then you can start innovating, because right now you're just wasting mine and everyone's time. Look, I see arguments like this all around the fighting game community all of the time, and it's just the most stupidest stuff every time. It always ends up being basically the same argument under a different topic. Oh, this game versus that game. Skill expression in all the new games. This matters more than this. This player is better than that player because blah, blah, blah. I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter. None of this fucking matters, dude. It feels like a large portion of this community just spends most of their time arguing about things in the game that they won't ever get any input or effect over, you know? Like, what actually is the point of this? Seriously. We have no real solid definition for the things that we are talking about right now, and people are so torn up over it, and it's not even important. Like, what the fuck is going on? I'm just done with this stuff, honestly. I thought that if I actually tried to define what it is that we're talking about, I could find an end to this argument, but you're all just arguing about literally nothing. I'm honestly kind of impressed. We've all managed to somehow waste each other's time, and we're now all more or less at the same place that we started. Here, let me put a definition to it. Combo expression. The person using this phrase is either talking about player expression and hasn't actually thought about how the mechanics around the combos are influencing people's decisions, or they're a moron. Come yell at me on my stream, I'll see you next week. Sorry for getting very annoyed this video, but them's the breaks. As always, a very special thanks to 64MHz, Almost Nap Time, Brudikai, Daniel Wiederit, Games.png, Lady Dantalon, Melodically Me, Monact, Nhoa, Proxy, Ray W, Super, Tom Tanks, and Zandatsu for being Tier 2 patron supporters.